Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have a Galaxy mixed media card to share with you. So let's jump right in. So to start, we are going to create the background, which I have a piece of distress watercolor cardstock here, and then I have 3 colors of distress spray. I have Salvaged Patina, Uncharted Mariner, and Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is the purple, and it is a mica spray, which you can't get anymore, but any purple could work here. Villainish Potion would probably look really cool too. It's just that I own the mica sprays and I really want to use them. This one came out at Halloween last year. It was a limited edition release, and you guys, if you've been with my channel for a little while, you know that I'm crazy in love with these mica sprays, so I'm really hoping Tim Holtz does new ones here this Halloween, but we'll see. Only a few months off, so which is just crazy. But so you saw me do my first layer of color there, and I did mist the background with some water, some clean clear water, and I do have my Splat Box just to catch some of the excess water. And for the first layer I did heat set it, and the second layer as well, because I want to bring in some paste. So I'm not going to put black in my Galaxy here, and I know that it would have enhanced it, honestly, thinking about it later, but I really wanted these colors to stand out and pop. And this new color, this Uncharted Mariner, I keep forgetting the name, is just really, really saturated and vibrant, and I love it. So I'm gonna have to, of course, use it with everything I have. I'm always excited when Tim Holtz brings out new colors, but this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have some more stuff coming with it. But I also brought in, now of course this, at this point, it's dry, and I've brought in some Distress Grit Paste. This is the transparent, and his new Linked Squares stencil. Now, of course, you could use any stencil for this. A circle stencil would look really cool too. This is just the only one I own that was newer, so I really wanted to play with it. And then I'm going to also stamp down the Botanical Collage stamp, and I'm going to do it on some vellum here. And I didn't really have a plan for this card, honestly. I had purchased some new Tim Holtz things from my local crafty store, and I just wanted to play with them, and this is just kind of what I came up with. And I had no real intention for it. It just was me kind of playing with some things and seeing where it would go, and in the end, it looked... once the background was dry and I came back to it, it looked like a galaxy, so I kind of added some white details and stuff to it to kind of help that along, but I think it turned out really, really pretty. So I'm going to white heat emboss one of the butterfly collage pieces from that stamp set on a piece of vellum, and I chose vellum for this specifically because of how it rips. Now, you could use a die, you could use those funky scissors that do cool patterns, you could use the Deckled edge trimmer, which I'm going to use later. I love how vellum rips. It gives you such a natural look that I really like it, so I'm going to do that for this. Now, again, if you're not comfortable, you don't have to. It's just, I think it looks neat, so that's kind of what I was going for. And this card was really just me playing with product, so there's no real direction I'm going here, except for I wanted all these fun things that were newer for me to be played with, so that's kind of where I was going. So I brought in my Deckled edge trimmer. And now, had I originally thought I was going to use this beforehand, I would have cut down my cardstock before I inked it, because I do find once you add a lot of moisture to cardstock, it doesn't like to cut in this trimmer as well as it does when it's not. So you're going to see here, I'm going to struggle with one of the edges right here, you see, and that's fine, no problem. I'll show you how I'm going to fix that. So I cut all the other 3 edges, and then we're going to come back to that one. And every once in a while, my Deckled edge trimmer just struggles with certain materials. I'm not sure why. It's really rare, but it does happen on occasion. And I bring in my mini snips, you see here, and then I kind of just create my own bit of a jaggedy edge, kind of following along with where the trimmer was trying to trim anyway. So I mean, I don't mind. There are dies that give you really cool Deckled edges. I don't own any of them, and because I have this trimmer, I'm not sure I would buy them, but there are some really great ones out on the market if you prefer to do that. Or there's those really cool scissors that kind of cut fun different. I mean, there's Deckled ones, and there's, triangle-y ones, and there's some really neat scissors out there. But again, I don't own any of them. So this is what I have, and I'm more than happy to use what I have. But every once in a while, I do have to bring in my scissors and just kind of help that Deckled edge trimmer with certain cardstock. So, and then I brought in some Unicorn Pigment Ink by Hero Arts. It's just a white pigment ink. I believe Picket Fence would work as well. I don't own it, so you guys know I'm a big believer in using what you have. So this is what I own, so this is what I'm going to use. And I just stamped down I believe this is the other butterfly botanical stamp, and I'm just kind of putting texture in the background. Again, this is really just me playing. There was no real rhyme or reason for what I'm doing here, other than it was some techniques that I really enjoy and kind of just playing with some fun stuff that I have. So I brought in, this is probably my favorite text stamp by Tim Holtz. This is the Reflection stamp set, and this is just the cursive. And I decided to use Villainous Potion and Salvaged Patina archival inks for this, and I just stamped it on top. And I've been stamping it on top of the texture paste, I'm stamping on top of the ink, it doesn't matter, I'm stamping on top of everything. And again, this is literally only to add texture in the background. It doesn't need to be legible, it doesn't even really need to be seen, but it's just added texture. And then I brought in my tiny attacher to attach the vellum down, just because, again, I thought it would be neat, and I rarely get to use it, so I thought that this would be kind of a fun card to do this on. And then I brought in some Tim Holtz label stickers. This card is kind of like a show of love for a whole bunch of Tim Holtz products. He makes such a wide range of products, and you guys know, if you've been with me, how much I love his products. So this card is honestly kind of a love of multiple products that he created. And then here's where I'm going to kind of bring in some white details. At this point, I'm kind of looking at this and I'm like, wow, this kind of looks like a galaxy. So we're going to add some white dots. We're going to add some little crosses like they're shining stars. I'm going to put a little white border all around. I outlined the sentiment a little bit. And this is sketchy. They're very, very sketchy lines. They're not perfect. They're not straight. They're not... they're meant to be very sketchy looking, because I'm trying for a very free feeling piece here, and I think that it turned out really cool. At least I'm very happy with how it turned out. I'd love to know what you guys think of this kind of different piece for me, but it's still very in my wheelhouse. I think like it looks like something I would create, so I'm not really surprised by how it came out, but I was trying to kind of play with different things. But I need to sit down and play with my brown inks every once in a while. I'm not drawn to brown, so I struggle a little bit with that more vintage aesthetic. But I should give it a go, because there's some beautiful artwork out there with browns in it, and I personally struggle a bit with the earth tones. So, but yeah, I think that this is really pretty. I love how it turned out. So now we're just gonna adhere our layers down. So I did bring in my Nuvo Deluxe glue. I've been using it the whole time, and I'm gonna adhere my layers down. And you saw me put my Misty on top just to make sure that they had adhered. I have had people comment and ask why I use so much glue. There's honestly not a great reason, other than I've had cards fall apart, and I hate that. It upsets me so much. I've received cards from other people, and I don't know if it was how they were handled in the mail or how I don't know what happened, but things will just like fall off. And I would be so sad if I sent someone a card that I had spent time working on and things fell off of it. So I probably go a little overboard with glue, but I just really want everything to stay adhered to my card. So I did bring in some silver metallic pearls just to finish it off and kind of tie in that silver from the tiny attacher staples there. And now I'm going to hold it up so you guys can check out this card in all its glory. I'd love to know what you guys think of this. I know it's a bit different. It's a bit weird. It's a bit fun. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. So I'd really love to hear what you guys think of how this card turned out. You can kind of see that texture in the background. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really fun card, and it shows my love of Tim Holtz products. But all right, guys, that is the card I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.